Good morning. Okay, so I have been asked way too many times to do a makeup tutorial. I'm just gonna stop everyone and say, I'm not a makeup artist. I like makeup, I collect makeup. I have done makeup for others, like when we have Marine Corps balls, events, people do come to my house and I do their makeup and their hair. I come from a woman who was very into makeup and was very good at makeup. So I want to start by saying, no, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a mom who likes makeup. And I've learned some things along the way that work for me because my skin, as you can see, let's talk about my skin. I have melasma. Of course, I have wrinkles. I have melasma. I have some dark spots. I have some sun damage. I've got the mom face. Like, this is me with absolutely no makeup, no filter. I do have lash extensions on, but that's it. So I want to talk about my daily makeup routine, and I'm going to try to make this really fast because we got to be fast, right? Prep. I used to never prep my face. I used to just put makeup on my skin. I don't do that anymore. Now my prep is usually, today it was different because I actually did it in my car. So I happen to have some, I got a free gift. And so I rubbed some of that, but it's usually every other day. It is, where the hell did it, oh, here it is. I prep with the Olay 7-in-1 Total Effects. Guys, if it worked for grandma, it works for us. Olay, it's just the stuff. If I want to be a little bougier, I will use Estee Lauder's Day Moisturizer, but moisturize your face. Also, if you have texture, like I do, if you've got old lady face, I use the e.l.f. There's two. I got them, and they're both cheap. I either use the e.l.f. Pore Perfector, or I use the Rimmel Fix and Prime Perfect. I'm gonna do the Rimmel today. I usually kind of waffle between the two, but I love this one because it's almost like a lotion. So I do my moisturizer and then I put this on my face and I really like it. Now, let's talk about texture. We're going to have texture. Our skin has texture. I can't tell you how many times I've watched video tutorials and then I don't do anything that they do because they have on a filter, and so I can't really tell what is and what is not working. No filter on this, none. So I usually let this sit on my face for a minute, let it all sink in, wake up my skin. If I have circles, I will ice roll it if I have the time with my jade roller, but drink lots of water. Today I'm doing coffee because I've already had my lemon water, but please, please, please drink. Okay, I'm done with that. Take a blender ball. I run it under my sink in warm water and I puff it up. So some people like to use a dry blender ball. I learned, I have a friend who's a makeup artist on the set of a TV show, and she opened my eyes to using a wet blender ball. So you just take it and let me look how much bigger it gets. The idea is that when you fill it with water, it's gonna push all of the product from the ball onto your face, versus if it's a dry one, which I do have a dry blender for certain things, the product, as you can see, the product is gonna get in the ball. Like, look at this one, look at this one. So, foundation. I have done every foundation known to man. I have, if you look in here, I have It Cosmetics CC cream, I have some Tarte, that's the BB cream. I even have some drugstore Almay. I like all of them, and I'll get on board with trying a new foundation. I'll buy it, I'll try it and be like, oh yeah, I like this. And then I'll run out of it and I'll go in my bathroom counter and pull out what I used to wear, and I put it on and I'm like, why did I ever change? Why did I stop wearing this? This just works for my skin. Why did I stop doing it? I don't know why. I don't have the answer, but this foundation is my favorite. It's not super popular. It's definitely not what is the hot new trend, but it works. It makes my skin look like skin. It is a light to medium coverage, but it's super buildable. So if you wanted to make it more coverage, you could. But it is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. It stays on my face all day. It makes me look awake and alive. It's super, as you can see, I'm building on it because I'm a little broken out right now. But it's super duper amazing. I have used it since high school, and I always try to get away from it, and I always go back to it. Just being honest. Okay, so with my blender roll, I've worked all of my product in, and I just go back and I press just to get it all situated. Right? Okay. Now, let's talk about, what am I about to do? This is where I'm not great at this because I'm already distracted. I'm about to do concealer. Okay, concealer, I have lots of concealers. If you have oily skin, Tarte is a good option, but Tarte can be really drying for people. It's the Tarte Shape Tape, and it's full coverage, like full coverage. My favorite, and my sister bought this for me a couple years ago, and it's kind of my go-to, is, if I can find it, this is, I really gotta come up with a better system. This is, oh, here it is. It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This is why I like it. I like it because it has some oil to it, so when I put it on, while it is a full coverage, super, so I put it on my hand and I tap it, warm it up, and I just go right in here. Now, this looks super scary right now. I will fix it. I go on my nose, up here. Now, it looks like I'm putting on a lot of, what do you call it? What is this called? Concealer. I am, but I'm working it in to basically almost being my first round of highlighting. So under my eye, I'm gonna take it from the inside corner, work up, pull it down. So you wanna be parallel with your nose, work up, pull down. And then I just go over, I flip my ball over, and I just pat. Like, wow, so much better. Now, am I gonna have some texture? Yes, because eyes move. Ooh, look, I lost a lash. So yes, I'm going to have a little bit of texture, but this is the best way to buff it out. Take the same, this is gonna sound crazy, but it works. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. This is going to sound crazy, but you're going to take, and this is the holy grail, the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Now, mine is translucent, but I take my blender ball that is partially wet. I'm gonna work in my eye, then I'm gonna dab just a little bit, and I'm going to tap it on. Now, this is not necessarily baking. This is setting that under eye. Now, I am gonna still have a little bit of texture because, like I said, my eyes move. However, this just sets it. You see, I'm brightened. Definitely brighter. Buffed it all out, okay? Yes. Okay, so now this is usually when I'm gonna do my eye makeup. So now I take a dry blender ball and I'm gonna go in, this is my contour kit. This is the Cocoa Contour by Too Faced. And I'm gonna take my medium, right? And I just tap it in on my eye just to give me a clean palette to work with. Because you want your eyelid to be really dry whenever it's time to put your eyeshadow on, because if it's not dry, you're not gonna get a good blend. It's gonna crease, it's gonna be bad. Then I take, you can see this brush, it is a rounded flat brush, and I'm gonna use my most favorite eyeshadow on the planet. It's the Best Brown. It's super natural looking. I'm probably almost out of it if I were to guess, because I use it every day. It is Buck by Urban Decay. I love Urban Decay eyeshadows. Of all the eyeshadows, that's what I want. So then I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna work down into my lash line. I'm gonna pat it on my eyelid. We're just patting right now. The reason I'm working down from my lash line is I hate it when people have that little white line because they brushed it on and did not work it into that lash line. It makes me crazy. It's very hard to do this in the camera, by the way. Then I'm gonna go back and pat on the eyelid, bring it in, and it's gonna look real scary at first. Makeup, good makeup looks really scary at first. Okay, so as you can see, we've worked in our brown. Then I'm going to take, this is like, I wanna say this was in a gift set. It's just a rounder brush. And I start to work it out a little bit because I want to shape it. I don't just want to have like flat color on my face. I'm just gonna blend that line a little bit. There we go. So this is what I'm gonna do, what I call the pull out. I have very round shape eyes. So I really, any way that I can pull them out, I wanna do. And how I do that is I'm gonna go back into my powder, start at the corner and pull out. Now, I want it to go within here. It's a little over today because it's a little hard to work in this camera, but I want the shape to go up and towards my eyebrow, like so. You really want to try to stay, you want to try to not go much further than that. I kind of went too far, sorry guys. I'll work that out a little bit. But you want to try to not go too much further than where your eyebrow and the bottom of your eye is, because then it's going to make you look a little sleepy. Let's see how I'm looking. Guys, it's really hard to do this in your phone versus a mirror. I have a newfound respect for people that do this. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit to my insides. Okay, so now you can see, and if you want to, you can go with a bigger brush. Let's see. I have this little angled brush because I want it to be as smooth as possible. Boop. Okay. Then for my bottom, I do not use liner. Haven't used liner in years. My mom is not a big liner user. She always said you get the best look with brushes. So this is my, love this brush. Don't even know who it's by. I think it's by Real Techniques. So same thing. I'm going to take, I'll show you from the side. I'm just going to take this line that's been created by my shadow. I'm gonna work it across. Just like so. And then I really want to try to connect it to this little place I made over here. Just pull it out because we want it to look like a line. Oops. Look in the mirror for just a minute. Okay. Then I'm going to take, this is a real take. No, this is a Morphe. The Morphe M438. And I'm going to start working in my contour palette. This is the Cocoa. I'm going to do medium light, or let's do light. And I'm going to highlight my 2 cheekbones, top of my nose. I call this my little triangle, my Cupid's bow, and my chin. I'm gonna highlight that. Okay, then I'm going to take a big fluffer brush, and I have, this is the Ella Mesquite face powder. You could use any powder. You could even use a translucent powder. This is just, you want to make sure your skin is flat because you're about to, I do a powder contour, and you want to make sure that your skin is nice and ready to receive your contour. So I dust it with, this is just face powder and a big brush. Then I'm gonna go in with my angled brush in my contour palette. So let's talk contour. I'm gonna do one side of my face. I'm gonna do this side so you can see the difference. I'm gonna go in my medium. You wanna start at the top of your ear and work your way to your nose. And at first it's gonna look a little dramatic. We're gonna buff it out. Now, some people like to curve around. I go straight down because I do not have bony cheeks. In fact, I try to create the illusion of a bony cheek by just going right underneath that cheekbone. Okay, then I'm gonna go up in my hairline, and this is kind of looking like a 3. So over the eyebrow on the hairline. Okay, little bit under the ear, down here. Okay, and then I don't even know what this is for, but I love this brush to do my nose. So I start right here, down the side of my nose, and then I connect this little line. Okay, look at, sorry, this side of my face versus this side of my face. This side, when you turn, this side, it just polishes you off. Go straight in, straight down. Start at my hairline. The hairline really makes your face kind of pop, so do work into that hairline, guys. Okay, and then my nose. Side of my nose. And then I love this little flat side. I work in the highlighter just one more time in case any of it kind of buffed out. I love a powder contour because I find it to be much softer, much more subtle. I don't know, I just prefer it. Some people really love a cream contour. I've never been good at it. I always look like I have a dirty face. So this is the way I go, is with this. I'm going to hit it with my flat brush. There we go. Just work it in a little more. Okay. Now I have my contour on. I'm gonna hit my cheeks with blush. I cannot tell you how many times I see women doing blush all wrong. They're putting it in the wrong spot, and so it's settling in their lines, and it's no good. I'm gonna show you the blush way if I can find. Oh, here it is. I do this every time. I have a couple blushes I love. I love Rimmel blushes, and I love, I'll do this one. NYX brushes. This is the NYX Ombre. This was super cheap. I think it was $8. I haven't forgot my eyebrows. You're probably concerned that I forgot my eyebrows. I haven't forgot my this is how I do it. You're gonna take, dab, blow a little bit. You wanna put it right under your eye. Like you don't wanna come into here, right? You wanna stay back here. You kinda wanna come right under here. Just there. Just there. And kinda work it out into your contour, right? Now this looks kind of bright. It's going to soften. I find that my blush looks super bright in the beginning and then it gets better. Eyebrows. I do not go, if you like a laminated eyebrow look, I don't suggest you watch anything else on my eyebrows because I do not do a laminated eye look. I like my eyebrows to look like they're manicured, but are still eyebrows. I love this. This is called Queen of the Fill. It's by Elizabeth Mott. And it is a tint and gel. It's super similar to a lot of the Benefit ones. Honestly, I bought this thinking it would be good for, I ran out of my Benefit one. I bought this on Amazon and I like this one better. So I do not have great eyebrows. My eyebrows drive me insane. But this stuff seems to work the best. And I just try to kind of keep a shape. I try to do my art, again, right close to my pupil. What I have learned doing makeup is it's a lot about symmetry, and it's your own face's symmetry. So use the landmarks on your face, your pupils, your cheekbones, all those things to get you that good symmetry. Okay. So much better, right? Okay, we're getting close, we're close. Let's talk about lips. I have to line my lips because my lips do not match up. I'll show you as soon as I find my liner. As you can tell, I am not great at this, but we're gonna fake it till we make it, right? Where's my damn liner? Is this it? Nope. So obviously one of the things that I need to get is a makeup organizer because it's everywhere. We just got back from a trip, and so I don't feel like I put things back where they usually live, which is part of the problem. I'll use this one. This is not usually the liner I use. I usually use a, oh, this is similar to the one. So this is a NYX liner. I line my lips because, as you can see, it's super fat on the bottom, skinnier on the top. So I have to really go in there. And connect them. Now for a minute, I look like Eminem's wife, Kim. We're gonna work that out. Okay, lined. I'm going to wear, oh, this is one of my favorite colors. This is Very Victoria. Do I want to do this or this? Let's do honey. Okay, I'm changing it up. I'm thinking about what I'm wearing today. We're gonna do the Honey Bloom by, who is this? Number 7. Love this stuff. Love, love, love. Okay, so before I do that, I'm gonna spray my face with the primer by MAC. This is the Fix. I like this setting spray, and I also love the NYX setting spray. Both good. Spray my face. While it's drying, I do my under eye. Now, obviously, I have eyelash extensions. If I do not have extensions, I use the Falsies Lash Lift, and this would be when I put it on. But for my under eye, because I'm a little bougie, I use Tightline. I got this from a friend of mine who introduced me to this product, and it is the best under eye mascara. It doesn't flake, doesn't come off, and I love the brush. Love the brush. Okay. Under eye. I still look a little scary. It's not this scary in person. And I do. This is honeycomb. Man, lipstick makes a huge difference. If I want to go a little zhuzhier, that's a word, I put a little bit of lip gloss. This is NYX Butter Gloss in a very bright pink. There you go. Face is done. Now I may, tap this out a little bit. But yeah, this is my face. As you can see, you can still see my skin. I have texture, I have pores. You can still see that I have some of that darkness. I have a wrinkle right here that is from, I guess, laying on my sheets. So yes, I still have all the things, but this is my makeup routine. So I'll try to link all the products I used, but if you have products that you love, don't change them. Don't go crazy and buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need. If you're in the market for new foundation, guys, the Double Wear Light is just where it's at. It's my favorite. It just works for me. I have so my skin, I don't know if I said this, I have oily skin, I do have breakouts, all the things. So now I'm just going to style my hair, style my grody hair. But I'll try to link all the products. Usually this routine does not take me 27 minutes. It takes me about 10 to 12, but with the talking and doing it in my camera, it did take a little longer, so sorry about that. But I'll take a picture of this, but hope this helps. For those of you who asked, I hope this is what you were looking for. But I do not have a filter. This is what it looks like. I do feel like it looks a little darker than it does in actual real life, but I think that that's, this does have a light on it. Let's see if I can change it. Ooh, so you can see this is without any light. I don't know what I did. I was gonna change the light settings on this, but I don't know what I did. Guys, this is where I'm not good at this. I think I just broke the whole system. Okay, let me see if I can figure out the lights.